What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King with King's Critiques back for Dan, and well, last episode they thought they were going to exercise Evil Eye Gigi. Didn't happen not for lack of effort, mind you, but unfortunately the ISA residence is kind of destroyed still. So, instead of it just being fixed as easily as with common anime convenience, Momo decided to get a job, and that's where we're at with this episode. Whether or not what I said might be a thumbnail for the last episode is the thumbnail for this episode, we'll see. If they, replay the moment that happened at the end of last episode, probably. But that said, let's get on to the other usual caveats of if you're interested in the show, the topic, curious, whatever it might be, don't forget to drop a comment because it's encouraged, appreciated, good for the algorithm, good for my soul, and free to do. As is laying the video, run through, let me get the watch time, hit the like button, subscribe, because it's also free to do, good for the algorithm, and good for my soul. That said, let's just get into things before I, waffle on any longer about stuff. Because I want to record at least one more of these, and some of the gacha game related content, so his stupefied look from the very first scene of the episode, though. And of course, talking about Momo, but one of her friends simply fucking with her, of course. I will say, though, I saw a fucking parody of this scene right here from somebody I watch on TikTok. Also has a YouTube channel, Matt Curtin. Might have seen him. Great guy. Great stuff. The way he did this entire bit was just the best. I feel like he enjoyed it more being called a bastard, honestly. Ken's into that shit. So am I. Kinda. Literally what goes on behind a lot of people's glasses that they're unaware of is their eyes just kind of darting back and forth like, oh god, what is happening? I can't speak for that in actuality, but listen, there's definitely a lot of nerds that do that kind of shit behind their eyes, whether it's because they have a lazy eye or because they're checking out everyone around them while their glasses are all fogged up and shit. But really, just her whole bit around him says a lot. Her friends are screwing with her so hard. The one looks like a deflated plushie. The more proper Gyaru of the three of them literally looks just like a deflated plushie of some kind. I used to have some kind of frog plushie I stole from my middle school. Don't judge me, it was middle school. And it kind of looked like she does right now. Meanwhile, the boss is trying to teach her how to do shit, and she's just not gonna get it. One back there probably just seeing Momo suffer. Oh, photo opportunity, right. Duh, that's why she had a camera dangling. Even so to the case of, that's just max embarrassment for those two specifically. And her friends knew that. That might just be the thumbnail for this one. I still might use the other thumbnail idea for the other episode, but this is already the thumbnail for this episode. Oh, I'm sorry, let's get the full version, shall we? Because some things are worth leaving the subtitles in for the thumbnail. And this is one of those. Sorry, I know that was stupid as hell, but with the whiny crybabies at the red platform, I kind of have to do what I can to make sure they don't see visuals if possible. Because, when you showed 0.3 seconds of the intro, your video can't be shown to other countries now. Wah! Literally, can we get somebody else in charge of the YouTube? Because, get it back to how it was back in 2009. You can keep all your, very specific things for people to actually make money, but, as far as, whiny crybaby bullshit about not understanding how copyright works, can we go back to that? Because that'd be cool. The days when, AMVs and YouTube poops were a thing and constantly used copyright shit. Can we go back to that? Not obviously allow people to upload full episodes of shit without saying anything because, that is copyright. But people that are just trying to, have fun and make content, don't be pricks to us. Also, hate to insult Momo like this, but I will say real quick, she kind of reminds me of one of the monkeys from Ape Escape in this very moment. Yeah. I mean, technically it is a restaurant, it's just a maid cafe. Man's just standing there contemplating life right now. He's willingly gonna say, huh? Oh my god. the looks on their faces, though. See, Ken is a good boyfriend. Staying after the girlfriend is done working just to make sure she gets home safe. Not like she can't kick 90% of people's asses who try anything, but also it's a good way for him to, like, calm down and get used to the situation until she quits. Yeah, see, I knew that's the excuse he'd make. Honestly, I thought she was going to call him back feeling bad. Okay, there's a lot of music I need to find for, like, not copyright purposes, though, speaking of, because, like, they're running the one piano bit that a lot of people play in their YouTube videos that apparently people don't get in trouble for, or maybe they do, I don't know. I don't know exactly and specifically what kind of stuff YouTube whines and cries about. You know, low-key I do think sometimes, by the way, that maybe my shit talk of the red platform is why they bury me. But maybe if they didn't do that, maybe I wouldn't talk shit about them. See, it's like a back and forth, a to and fro, a give and take. I give content and good life lessons to their platform, and they take any possibility I have of ever growing. Though that's a partial lie, I will say I have been given some real subscribers over the past however fuck long, but I still feel like they're, like, making sure I'm at the very bottom of the barrel, just like as a human. I'm sorry, my ugly smile probably scared some people. Many apologies. That right there is your average maid cafe enjoyer. Man's probably there like 5 times a week. You can tell how... I repeat what I literally just said 2 seconds ago, by the way. 5 times a week. She literally is like both getting used to the job and just very anxious to get out of work already. Are we going to see another one? Oh. There's the other guy that's there 5 times a week. With very, JB style hand motions. Well, you said you'd be safe going home on your own. You're the one that shooed him off. Bad girlfriend material, by the way. Still better than the other one, but he came back. Like a good boyfriend. See the difference? Well, yeah, you told him to do that, but here's the thing. He's a good person. Let alone a good guy, a good person. Which, like, keeper. People like that are a keeper. I'm gonna avoid my high horse just for a little bit, because there's a lot of things I could say in addition to that, but, like, whatever. Man literally without thinking offered his hand, and then pulls it back like a bitch. Momo? See, she did what she needed to. Because while she's in theory a bad girlfriend because she doesn't know how to handle actually having a crush on someone, she at least sometimes understands. The look on his face, though. My hand's touching her hand's touching my hand. This is not a drill, We are not just in the car and an accident is happening. Ken, get your shit together! I repeat what I said earlier. Oh, hey, this dude came down from the mountainside. Damn, she's gonna test to see if he can pull back Evil Eye. Loki, I thought she was about to, like, ash on his head. Okay, I'm not wrong. She's testing his energy flow. Shit's starting, but is he gonna be able to control it? Did he succeed? Okay, I'm almost starting to think the artists are doing this shit on purpose. Right. So that hot water that you two just poured, that's gonna have to, like, go somewhere else. Psycho's right on it. Yeah, that was oh, and he gets his own little home, too. Damn, he barriered up waiting for the hot water. Let me fight you. I don't think he wants to fight. Damn, she's always getting her clothes destroyed. Like, I get she's the second most attractive woman in the show, but, like, bro. I love how the look in her eye was basically like, fucking try me. Oh, well, she has been tried, because he controlled his barrier to enclose upon them. She was smart. Okay, I didn't even realize she had gotten a chance to drink some of it. Yeah, she had the chance to drink some of it while that shit was happening. Yeah, that would have been terrible. Damn. Like, he was being apologetic, but again, see, while maybe a little unnecessary, it was the best kind of mindset. Because she called it fine. Ken, on the other hand, again, while maybe a little unnecessary, that's the proper mindset to have as a boyfriend, is making sure your girlfriend is okay. Yeah, he did kind of like, yeah. Psycho's hand got burned up from trying to put the talisman on the little home barrier. But it's that kind of thing that should like make him start to think he needs to do some training in his own time to try and help out a little bit more. Because, yeah, sure, the room temperature stuff, he was able to hold the energy back. But that boba tea hitting him, that was too much for him. Wow. And yeah, Ira can apologize about, letting the thing with Gigi happen, but can't apologize for attempted murder. Crazy. And now those two, while the best of friends, are just being a little awkward because of earlier, but like, not much Gigi can do. Like, the spirit took him over and was doing its own thing. Now, I understand, like, the enclosure and, like, trying to choke her out because he's evil, but did he need to rip her clothing in half? Like, I guess she's attractive and all, but, bro, you weren't trying anything hinky, you were just trying to murder her, so, like, was that really necessary for more than just, like, the artist reasoning for giving some extra fan service? And if you're gonna do that, at least target Psycho, because, like, okay, that last scene, by the way, definitely probably pisses off some people that are prone to seizures. Holy shit. Having a sun shine through a windmill is a crazy art choice. Oh, hey, the alien. Well, he needs a human disguise, doesn't he? Oh, you've always looked like these! Sorry. Again, though, I think that's one of those things the author definitely did intentionally. Like, I'm pretty sure the manga just started as the term D's was becoming part of the zeitgeist, but I feel like it was intentional. What do you mean make you his apprentice? To fight? Since he's Punchy Crab Man? Or Punty... Punty. Speaking of the zeitgeist, can we actually field the question how cunty became an acceptable term? Like, I understand just, the most of that term is, like, acceptable in the UK and shit as a term of endearment and whatnot. But how the fuck did it get accepted here in America as a term of endearment in that form? Like, you'll still probably get in trouble for saying it in, like, school or on a job or something, unless you're working as, like, in fashion or something, then maybe it's fine. But can we talk about that? How the fuck did that happen? Like, better yet, how is that allowed, and then there are certain words that are just, like, completely nerfed in a sentence for no reason and other things? Y'all don't make sense anymore to me. This coming from somebody whose sole purpose is to fight. And here's probably some kind of, like, low-key, I'm not gonna train you, but hey, do this shit and it'll end up training you. Some Mr. Miyagi type bullshit. Like how the man has a walking stick coming back to the Ayase residence. Like, did moving all that shit really hurt that bad? Because I would understand otherwise. I had to fucking use a walking stick when I had problems with my feet. Which really shows I should try and make some time to, like, work out or something, because I don't need balloon feet again. That was not a fun week. Technically, no. Pause. This right here, unrelated to the shows thing, totally equates to what I just talked about, conversationally. You have to show children reality. There are limits to it, and dear everything, I wish somebody would learn those limits. But you have to show children reality. You have to do it properly. You can't just shove it in their face like some people are doing. But, like, you can explain things to kids, for the reality's sake. You can't just make them have their happy-go-lucky dreams and make things pretend like everything is okay. Things are not okay. Society is burning, and kids are being taught things they shouldn't be. It's fine if you want to teach them about those things, but it's one of those things to do it in its own time. You know? Like, I don't want to talk about any sort of that crazy shit, to an extent. But I feel like this is a good time to say it is okay to teach your kids, about whatever kind of crazy shit you want to bring into the world, whatever kind of crazy shit gets brought into the zeitgeist. But do it properly, okay? There should not be fucking 5-year-olds that are getting taught about anything related to gender studies. Save that for high school at the most. Or at the least, whichever fucking way I mean to say that. Like, I'm not going to talk into the whole of how I mean by that, but you know how I mean by that. Like, fucking kids that are in preschool through middle school should not be learning about any of that shit. Like, if you want to teach kids in middle school, your traditional means of sex ed to what it should have been when I was a kid, that's one thing. Middle schoolers are unfortunately doing that kind of shit more and more, so teaching them the proper way is better. So like this statement is just all of it. Better more so have the parents that have some kind of fucking clue, or just any adults really, teach the kids how to spell. Because my lord, when I tell you that the amount of times I scroll through social media, whether it be TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, doesn't matter, the amount of times I see somebody spelling a very easy word wrong multiple times, not only in one day but in one sentence, is insane. So like, if we can get one thing back into the zeitgeist, make it be people spelling properly. Because I know I'm an actually type of person, but dear God, when trying to read a sentence and there are multiple meanings for a way a word is supposed to be spelled in a way that someone does spell instead of how it's supposed to be spelled, is the fucking worst. Like, there are times where someone asks where something is, and they don't include the H in that word. So they're like, why are you asking the past tense about something? What is that? What does this even mean that you are asking? Or the people that the your thing, which is a very common one, has been for longer than everything else. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now because it probably annoys people, but like, can any of you even spell zeitgeist? Like, some of you maybe, but like, can most of you people that have probably done the spelling errors I just mentioned, among others, can you even spell the word zeitgeist? Alright, I'm off my box now. I'm getting back to the episode. Man's reading Hajime no Ippo while trying to practice punching. And the fact I actually understood what manga he was reading just by looking at the cover, even though I've never seen it, is crazy as well. Like, the amount of times I do that shit in anime is insane. And she's about to make a point that his strongest asset is his legs. Honestly, hearing Ken use that term is understandable for her to, like, be stopped mid-bite. And she's just asking the real question, which do you want? Because there is a difference. 9! Exactly what I just said. 9! Practice everything else. Yeah, she's just like, dude, I know my powers. Fucking listen to me. You want my help? Like, I hate you people, but if you want my help, damn. Like, even though he has improved, he's still considered weak by her. And Ira might be a pissant, but honestly, she might benefit from Turbo Granny's training as well. Because, again, while I'm not all on the, like, feel bad bandwagon for Silk Granny, her power is similar to Turbo Granny's. So, like, this could benefit her if she joins in their training. And, yeah, like, it could be helpful. And, like, again, I will feel this. While I do feel bad for what happened to the spirit of Silk Granny for, the whole being killed in front of her child thing, again, I will preface, I don't feel bad because it was her fault. Like, not only the job choice, but the choice to steal from somebody who you don't know who they are. That above anything is stupid. Like, that could happen to anybody, not just a prostitute. Like, you could steal from somebody at, like, relegating to something I did when I was a kid. You could steal something from somebody at a mall, and then later on they track you down and shoot you in the fucking head or something because you stole from somebody that, like, is, like, in that case, a mafioso or something. How did she even get that close to them without them noticing? Turbo Granny's right. Meanwhile, instead of helping her in, oh, he did. Didn't she tell him to leave her alone? Man, he sucks at listening. Or she actually got over on her own. Also, what is with that turtleneck? Okay, the transformation, though, just willingly, is impressive. Actually, no. I will say, though, like, for how much I hate everything to do with her, she has had the best transformation. Because, like, she is in sync with the spirit within. More than Ken. More than Gigi. Then again, that spirit did offer her life for Ira's to make sure she stays alive. So I guess that kind of makes better sense why they, like, work better in sync together. But still, it's like the least important one of them has the best connection to the spirit within. Now they're both just making JoJo noises at each other. Like, really, I heard Silk Granny do... and she was just whining on the floor. Like, what are you guys doing? Let's go! Silk Granny actually did kick her in the face. Huh. Is that so? I could never come up with words like that. Meanwhile, yeah. Like, when the two most annoying characters in the show get together, it is something. But, like, most paintings of this man, he really does look like he's fucking judging you. Actually, you know what? That's kind of like all of them, really. They just look like they're painted to be fucking judging you. Fucking smug bitch. Like, the way she just hits the piano once and Ira's the one who uppercuts Ken is insane. She's the one who uppercutted you. Why are you asking if she's okay? Okay, did she really do that just to fuck with him? Damn. His assumption just pissing her off. Because the fact is, he's probably not faster than her. He's faster than you, Ken Takamura. Her, at full strength, is faster. See what she's trying to tell you? Right. Like, she knows she's faster. It's you who's nerfing the speed. Ha! Called her a skank. Oh, good. So there's actually a spirit there that's playing the piano. Oh. Huh. So I wonder if this was a plan by Turbo Granny or if it's just like an actual evil spirit from some, 14th century German piano player. Okay, I'm guessing Turbo Granny did not plan this. Oh. Huh. So if anybody ever wondered what Funko Pop of musicians from the 1400s would look like, here's your answer. That was interesting. Preview for the next episode or an actual scene after credits? Preview. Yeah. I know I got a temporary soapbox there earlier, and I do apologize for that, but, like, listen. Half of my point of doing these reactions isn't specifically for the sake of, like, reacting in the typical ooh, ah, him, ha kind of mentality that a lot of people do with reactions. A lot of my reactions really come down to me trying to teach people personal life lessons as well. And that thing earlier was totally one of those. Like, adults are supposed to teach kids to do things that are good for their quality of life. That includes teaching them how to fucking spell. As well as all of the other topics I rose up, but that's the one I kind of focused in on. Mostly because that is the one that'll get me judged the least. Because, like, if you're going to judge me for, like, calling people stupid, well, you're, Y-O-U-R, the incorrect version, an idiot. Half jokes aside, anyone who's made it this far, appreciate you, love you, you're cool, you're great. But I do stick by the teach your kids better, man. Come on. Like, enough adults nowadays have zero understanding, and it's just insane. And granted, most of those adults were definitely born after the year 2000, but... Anywho, I'm not gonna go back on that. I'm actually gonna get back to the actual point of the episode. Originally, it did start as Turbo Granny's training lesson for Ken. Unfortunately, it turned into pissing off some musical-based spirits within the school, and oops, that wasn't part of the plan. But now it is. Or maybe that was part of Turbo Granny's plan, and she, like, knew that the spirits were there and were going to piss them off specifically to train Ken. I guess we find out in the next episode, and I'll try to record at least that one, shortly. But for now, let me know your thoughts on all of that, Is Ken, good boyfriend material for not only being protective of Momo, but also waiting for her to get out of work? Because, like, I feel like that's a good boyfriend potential, doing the kind of things that somebody should to make sure his girlfriend is safe. And yes, while it was not directly Gigi's fault about what happened to her, it's understandable why Ken was a little, like, rushed and, like, aggressive with his actions. Because, like, these two dumbasses are still trying to accept their feelings for each other, even after, everything that happened in season 1 and, like, the multiple times they've seen each other almost naked. Another point completely, but still. I guess that's really the worst part about, relationships in anime is, like, the two characters can fully be aware of their feelings for each other and still be too fucking stupid to just accept it. That doesn't just count towards rom-coms, which, on that note, this probably is going to be uploaded on Saturday and Dress Up Darling Sunday, because awkward timing many ways over. So, yeah, there's that. But as for this show, let me know your thoughts about everything talked about or that had to do with the episode, because I'm always open to hearing opinions about stuff. Excuse me if you heard that. That being said, sorry, I got the thing happening. Let me know your thoughts about the episode, the things I said, or just the things to do with the episode, whatever it might be. I know people are probably in agreement of if the artist is going to do things for just the sake of fan service. Can we at least get some Psycho thrown in there? Because I feel like as the most legal and most attractive one in the show, we could be shown a little bit more of her, But yeah, sorry, just had to add that extra thing in because, like, I always see people bitch about Dan has too much fan service. They're showing these underage girls in the state of near undress too often. Ah! Shut up, you cackling hen. Like, really. The whole conversation of underage girls being shown a certain way. Listen, my guy. They're all basically the age of whenever they're drawn if you want to go realistically. It'd be a similar concept for if we could, like, create people specifically for perverted purposes. Doesn't matter what they look like, they were created yesterday. So, like, my logic is actually thinking on it sounds really fucking stupid, but it is also pretty accurate, The characters were drawn to be this, and that's what they are. You could use my logic of be like, the manga has existed for X amount of time, so therefore they're actually this age. Or you could just go the other way and be like, well, if we could actually make things specifically for those reasons, they actually technically wouldn't be of age either, would they? So either way, the biggest statement is either show us some good moments of Psycho, or Ligma balls. Sorry, I'm getting tired of stupid people left, right, front, and center on the internet, For all intents and purposes, the extra special artwork that is on the internet is of them of inappropriate age. So otherwise, blame the artist or shut the fuck up. Anyway, if you agree with any bit of what I said, or don't, hit the like button, or the dislike button, because I know I'm like a very hated person. Also, subscribe for fuck. Subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky, keep updated with things, TikTok paging, get the full and visual and audio of the stuff I upload here. Eventually, if it wasn't for the fact that the orange platform were also a bunch of morons and don't know how storage space works. Go follow Purple Prime for free. I meant Twitch, but who the fuck cares, really? Check out the playlist here. Let it run through conversations with the stuff within, whatever. Check out the video recommended to you by YouTube here if you're watching the smaller version, the bigger version to see what you missed. Until next time, I've been blazing with King's Kritique. Ta for now. Peace.